Hi, welcome back to the channel where we're going to be reading. We're going to be praying a little bit, just to have a nice practice, like prayers to become mantras. Yes. And my name's Jolene, if you're new here, and welcome. Welcome back, and welcome to anyone who's new. I've been showing up here for 5 years reading recovery material and like daily reflections, 12 step reading so that you can have some some things to listen to replace maybe some fearful thinking or some intrusive thinking. Yeah. I showed up doing this for myself so that I can have like a library of it, and then I can listen to it too. And it helps me to sit down every day and read because I need to do that. And it helps me in this journey. So today's reading is from, let's see, it's January 25th. And I have other readings on this channel as well. So those are all in the description below. And I also do tarot reading and astrology. And I'm a painter. All right. So without further ado, this series, I constantly have been reading the 12-step prayer book, and it has a key of reading for the date. So I thought this is appropriate. And so here we go. Let's go. Oh, and call to action only. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me to know that you're here, and that uh, it just it feels good to know that you're here. And make any comments, anything that comes up for you. And all right, so let's get to the reading part. All right, so January 25th, page 13, number 17. All right, so let's go. I don't know where they came up with, like, they probably like picked it out of a hat. I don't know. All right, so it's make sure I get the right one. All right. So it's called the acceptance prayer. The acceptance prayer. You ready? Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept my addiction gracefully and humbly. Grant me also the ability to absorb the teachings of the 12-step program, which by its past experience is trying to help me. Teach me to be grateful for the help I receive. Guide me, higher power, in the path of tolerance and understanding of my fellow members and fellow men. Guide me away from the path of criticism, intolerance, jealousy, and envy of my friends. Let me not prejudge. Let me not become a moralist. Keep my tongue and thoughts from malicious, idle gossip. Help me to grow in stature spiritually, mentally, and morally. Grant me the greatest of all rewards, that of being able to help my fellow sufferers in their search out of the addiction that has encompassed them. Above all, help me to be less critical and impatient with myself. Yes. All right. So, yeah, I've been obsessed again with that Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni and Ryan Reynolds thing. It's um, it's like really bad divorce, like you did, that did, and I just believe like she doesn't even know that, uh, like what trouble she caused. But I do believe that it was instigated by her husband. And but there is something that is coming out that I heard. There's see, Candace Owen is she's like I have an inside. She has an inside on something that's coming out on Monday. So today is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they said like by the 27th, 26th, yeah, there'll be a new thing out. And I just feel like, yeah, it's like it's never going to go away unless they go, okay, let's just mediate this. But being in that mindset myself, back when I was in my 30s, like I fought tooth and nail for a good 17 years trying to get someone to see my point of view because I was so codependent and unresolved trauma in my life and um, feeling righteous and feeling backed up with the husband that I had that I was fighting the like it was just I would do anything in order to get what I thought I was going to get, which is an apology, the money that I thought I was due, all these things. Like, so I don't foresee it ending because of their perception or lack of ability to have any type of humility and pain or cause of suffering. Um, so unfortunately, it's going to be, it is what it is. It's cringy. It's very cringy, but yeah. Anyhow, that's still, oh, all right. So let's have some tea and then I'll read a little bit of either Discovering Choices or Untethered Soul. And the Yogi Detox Tea says smiling is the most basic kind of peace work. All right. All right. So tomorrow, well, today actually was, well, when I'm taping this, the day before was my youngest birthday, 19 years old. Wow. Hooray. And hooray. I don't know, is that something to be excited about? Sure. But they're at college and they're like, oh, like I'll stay here and then we'll spend the next day all together. We'll go to do the things that they like to do, like go thrifting, and then we'll go to have a nice dinner at one of our new favorite restaurants. And James Beard, not award winner yet, but on the list, a nominee for James Beard is the restaurant Cordelia in Cleveland. We went there once and was chosen by my daughter, who is a foodie and a restaurant like finder. And so we went there early, without a reservation. It was we got there at like 4 o'clock, and that's just when it opened. And we sat like at one of the bar tables because they said that they had uh, a cancellation. And I was like, okay, so this works out. Everything worked out. And so this time we're going to go for the birthday dinner. And my youngest new college student called and made the reservation and let me know that if we don't show up on time, they're going to charge his credit card. And I thought, okay. I said, well, we'll be early. So, well, I mean, it guarantees that you're going to go. And it's, the tables are limited and it's, so anyway, we're looking forward to that. And I don't know where I was going with that, but it's just that's 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 how the day went. I finally mailed boxes, gift boxes that I've been collecting since November for for my sister who lives in San Diego, and my and they're okay. They're okay, thank God. The fires have not reached them, but close close enough where we're in contact a lot and finding out if she's okay and what they're going to do. And I know she has, her and her family are going to be okay no matter what. Uh, Having a plan for things that are outside of their ability to change. You can't, like when you have like such a, I mean, fire and like I know from being in the Hurricane Ian in Sanibel, like it washed away the bridge and God, the universe does things out of our control, you know. And then I'm looking at the Brian Reynolds thing and I'm like, we can control that. But a lot of times when the inside of us, uh, we have um, like really dark ways of acting out. Um, we feel like we can't control them, and they are uncontrollable, unfortunately. And then they reflect on other people, trying to hurt other people so that they can feel better about themselves. Like I don't think anybody's going to give up on that, but you can't control other people, places, and things outside of us. Like we can't change their perceptions. I know that for a fact. I didn't like, I mean, the Serenity prayer mantra, let's say that because that's really what, I mean, we can't control what we can't control, but we can show up on time for our reservation so we don't get our credit card charged, right? And but we can't control how someone perceives. Like maybe we're then trying to help others, like, oh, I'm nice and let's all get along. And maybe your perception thinks that if I'm nice, then they're going to see me as strong when maybe you can't control someone's perception when they have like a darkness within them so hard that they don't understand comes out and tries to hurt the people that are kind and presenting in a way that doesn't match with your world. Yeah. I just feel like maybe she saw like a light of glimmer, like, why don't we act like that? How come that family acts really sweet together and works together? And am I in delusional? Like I had a glimpse of my delusional life. And I think that's what happened with Blake and Ryan. And then Ryan was like, I will not have any of that. And she's like, oh no, I'm with you. This is what's going on. Thank you for coming to my rescue of of themselves. I don't know. It's just there's too many things and it's very gross. Anyhow, so God grant us serenity to accept the things we can't change, other people, places, and things outside of us, their actions, their attitudes, and their perceptions. To have the courage to change what we can, ourselves, our attitudes, our actions, our perceptions. When we're getting attacked, we have to do our work and accept for accept people for who they are at this moment, not for who they could be, but accept for who they are presenting to you at that moment so that you can do what you need to do and move on, right? And have the wisdom to know the difference, right? Very good. That was Serenity Prayer. All right, so we did the two prayers. I shared, I chatted, and I'll just read something really little from Discovering Choices. All right, so I'll just start us here. Personal Stories, page 41. and it's about a more positive perspective. I used to have an idea of how my family should look, act, and feel. More times than not, one of them would say or do something outside the limits of what I wanted. My insides would plummet to the bottom of my toes. Didn't they know what they were doing to me? Al-anon showed me how to let go of my image of how everyone else should be. I've released a lot of unpleasant turmoil that was living inside me. By letting go of my rigid standards, I have been able to love my family for who they are, not who I want them to be. I just opened this book. Psychic. Thank you, God, for this message. I can now accept that everyone is entitled to their own feelings. Page 41. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Psychic readings. My email is in the description below for a reading. And that's it for today. All right. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Come and see me. Come and see me, and we'll chat and read. All right.